say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That incredible performance was from Skylar Cole, singing our national anthem. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. And tonight we'll see the Dallas Mavericks as they go up against the Houston Rockets here in Toyota Center. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, and with us from the sidelines tonight, David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Thank you, Kevin. The Mavs have put the ball in Luka Doncic's hands and asked him to create. Coach Jason Kidd said, "I don't know if anybody told Picasso he had to use all the paints, but I just want to remind him that he can rely on his teammates. His teammates are going to be there to help him." Good words from a great point guard, Kevin.
Indeed, that's high praise. A Hall of Famer, DA. Thanks. And a similar style used by both sides of this matchup, Richard. Teams that prefer to operate in half-court sets rather than in transition.
Yeah, and look, that puts a premium on defense. Both teams can run a ton of different sets, and that means you've got to be prepared and disciplined on the defensive end.
Good points. Now, a look at Dallas's starting lineup. The backcourt pair will be Doncic and Dinwiddie. At forward, they've got Hardaway Jr. and Finney-Smith. And it's Powell in at the 5 down low. And for the Rockets, Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. The post pairing for him, Smith along with Şengün. And it's Gordon in at the 3 slot. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
It's the all-around game of Doncic. Not just a scorer, but a great dime dropper as well. Notices his open teammates quickly.
Smith with a screen on Dinwiddie. Out to Smith. Three-pointer. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
And Jabari Smith, of course, with deep family ties, Greg, to the NBA.
His dad being the OG Jabari. All these guys are in that 6'10", 6'11" range, so great bloodline.
And it's Houston's ball. Last time they met was in Dallas, where they beat the Mavericks.
And the last time they faced this club, rebounding was their big advantage.
2 minutes remaining.
Porter kicks to Smith. 2 minutes. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. We've played just over a minute here in the first. Doncic passes to Powell. And the dunk by Powell.
And although an undersized center, more than making up for it with some serious hops.
Now Green, who's coming off a 13-point game against Golden State, to the middle. Whistle blows, bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a three-point play.
Yeah, scouts have said Smith needs to get stronger, and maybe that's the case, but well, he sure muscled that one in.
The Rockets shooting their first free throw of the night.
At the line for your Rockets.
Find the lane.
Jabari
One
Smith.
shot.
At the line for 1.
Free throw good, Smith.
And the question for the Mavs is simple. How do you best build around Luka Doncic? They'll try to answer that in the coming years.
Now here's Dinwiddie. 17 points in his last outing. Hardaway. Basket good.
Just a super unselfish guy. Doncic is all for getting his guys going. Enjoys setting the table.
Gordon dishes to Green. And he goes right over Dwight Powell and slams it down.
And one of Green's best assets, his leaping ability. He's a natural athlete, very explosive.
On our AT&T 5G Slam Cam, you just saw an explosive highlight. And Greg, it just seems for the Mavs, it's all about finding the right fit for the role players.
And that's why this team was willing to move on from Porzingis. Going forward, you can see them look a lot like the Harden-era Rockets.
Rebound by Smith. Houston's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. He kicks to Green. We've got 33 seconds left here in the opening quarter. Smith with a screen on Dinwiddie. Back to Smith. Goes up from the top of the key. Doesn't go for him. And so Doncic will bring it up for Dallas. Trailing by 2. Dinwiddie surveying the floor. Powell with a screen on Porter. Back to Doncic. Over Green. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. Rockets ahead. They lead by a bucket. It's the NBA on 2K Sports from Toyota Center. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen so far from the Rockets, guys.
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Credit the game plan coming in. They've identified some weaknesses, and they are exploiting them.
And here are the Rockets now. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Yeah, tough game on the road. The guys you're defending, obviously comfortable shooting in their own building. You've got to find a way to break their rhythm.
Well, they weren't fighting through screens. Their closeouts and rotations were late. You name it, and let's just say they didn't do it on defense.
On the floor right now for the Mavericks. Wood out there with JaVale McGee. Then there's Reggie Bullock. Then there's Doncic, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And you hear the term point forward. But then, Greg, you had Magic Johnson, 6'9", but still a point guard. So what's the difference?
Well, when you talk about a point forward, it's someone whose versatility extends to their playmaking. Magic is the rare talent who redefined the point guard position.
There's the drive. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you watch the way Doncic runs this offense. He's become a master at the pick and roll. Incredible to see someone run it to perfection.
First free throw is good. And with Doncic in the pick and roll game, he's so good at such a young age.
It's amazing how well he reads the defense, but he can also freeze a defender or create confusion with that hesitation. He has all the tricks to run it.
Josh Green's checked in for Dallas. All free throws good from Doncic.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. Now, Jalen Green is on a mission. He says, every time I step on the floor, I always have something to prove to who's ever in those stands. A lot of people will hate on me or have their opinions. I'm just going to think about that when I step on the floor. I'm going to prove everybody wrong. Kevin?
That's a great chip to keep on his shoulder. David, thanks. Here's Doncic. Following the 3 by Houston that went in. Pass to McGee. Now here's Bullock. Doncic passes to McGee. Count it.
A quality pass, setting up a quality shot. It's just textbook basketball.
And we're a little over a minute and a half into the second quarter of action. A shot by Washington, and he's wide open. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. Now, here's Washington. The pass to Garuba. And some nice passing there by Houston. Houston needs to get a shot. And here's Washington outside. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. Matthews scanning the floor. Stolen by Bullock. And they're running. Lays it in off the breakaway. And this game is tied up now.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
And making sure they convert by finishing strong.
Outside, Martin. Pass to Garuba. Outside, Matthews. And the three ball is good. Matthews has got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Rockets lead by 3. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Jason, a hard-fought first half. How do you assess the game so far?
We're going to need everybody. And the one thing we got to do is we can't settle. We got to keep attacking and get the ball in the paint.
Use that length to your advantage. Thanks, Jason. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
Greetings, everybody. We love exciting, and this game is delivered as we've seen 2 top players battling mano a mano. And always fun when you see players battling like this. Shaq, who did you consider your greatest rival?
So at the start, probably Akeem later, and then my man Yao Ming towards the end.
Oh, I thought you were going to say free throws.
Oh, man, that's cold, Ernie.
And we now take a look at the Houston Rockets and the close first half they've played.
How about these guys dropping daggers from distance? It's become contagious. The defense has to stay connected to these guys, Ernie.
And the way they've stretched the floor could open up other things for them offensively. And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. Nice game. Great performance by Jabari Smith.
But really, the numbers aren't gaudy. They don't stick out, but his energy and impact does.
I agree. The numbers might not show it, but he's had a big impact on this one.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. The post pairing forms Smith along with Şengün. Porter Jr. is the point with Green on the wing. And it's Gordon in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group starting the second half for Stephen Silas. Hey, Richard, as soon as your playing career ended, you got right into this business, into broadcasting. When did you decide that this would be the next step?
Well, the first time is when I thought I was going to be out the league, and so I started doing more and more work until I retired in 2018. So it started way before I retired.
That laid the groundwork for you. Good job. And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. You got for us, DA?
Well, thank you very much. The Rockets are in a full rebuild, and they have a young roster which is taking its lumps. But Coach Stephen Silas says, we very rarely give up. This team has a lot of fight, character, and grit, and we are learning. Kevin, it's a long process, but it's worth doing.
Yep, no shortcuts, David, but the journey is the reward. They're building from the ground up. It's fun to watch, and we thank you for that story. Green, the pass to Şengün. On the wing, Porter. Shot clock at 6. That one, no good. Nice D from Doncic. Out to the right wing for the lead. Dinwiddie's shot is off.
And the defense dodged one right there. Not the guy you want to leave open. Now that James Harden has left Houston, can we appreciate the 8 years he just had with the Rockets? He was an all-star every season in Clutch City.
And here's a look at some numbers for Tim Hardaway. .114 left to play here in the third. And you mentioned it, looking at the accomplishments for Harden and Houston, I mean, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, look, 8 seasons, and let's go down the list. 6 first-team All-NBA selections, an MVP, 3 scoring titles. Harden carried that franchise at times. Nearly got Houston to the finals, just ran into some tough luck. Well, yeah, and also the Warriors. They are tough luck.
They are. He also had the right coach, didn't he? The right coach at the right time for the right player.
Mm-hmm.
Catching up on the changes for Dallas. Wood, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Maxi Kleber comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Dinwiddie.
One shot.
And it feels like Doncic has risen to stardom so fast. His drive to be an all-time great is very evident.
Now, here's Green. And we know he can score. He's averaging around 21.5 points a game. Here's Smith. And nothing is falling for him right now. And so Doncic will bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And Kleber slams it in.
And how about the incredible timing on that alley-oop?
He absolutely hammered it down. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And that one's good. Green.
For Jalen Green to be an all-star level guy, he's got to knock down those threes.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bullock with it. He's averaging a bit over 5 points a game. No good from Finney Smith.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, and you don't have to be quick. You just have to be deliberate.
In the corner, it's Martin. Those 3-pointers off the mark. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Mavericks on top, up by 1. We'll be back shortly, live from Houston, Texas. A chance now to hear Jason Kidd talking to his team moments ago.
Defensively, keep talking. Like, keep helping each other. We get the rebound. Go get it early, pick and roll.
And Jason Kidd telling them what it's going to take. All 5 guys communicating on the floor.
And calling for the early pick and roll. You can get really clean looks that way before that defense is able to kind of lock in.
We've reached the 4th quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. On the floor for Dallas starting the 4th quarter here. Hardaway on the wing along with Finney Smith. Wood out there with Maxi Kleber. And it's Dinwiddie in at the point. Porter looking it over. Passes it to Gordon. Houston moving the ball around. Clock is at 3. Christopher the pass to Gordon. No good. That would have tied it. Mavericks leading by 3. Outside Hardaway. That 3 off the mark. Houston's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight and nailed 5 of them. Christopher the pass to Gordon. We've got 1:48 left in the 4th quarter of this one. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
A chance for Porter to show up the doubters and make the defense regret this foul.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Dallas.
Taking 2 shots.
And the first of 2, no good, heartbreaker.
And one of those guys who fell in the draft the year he came out due to injury. Porter healed up and has taken the lead by storm.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Doncic is checked in. That's off as well, so he misses both. Dallas leading by 3. Hardaway passes to Doncic. Here's Finney Smith, swiped away. Oh, and a fast break for the Rockets. Outside Gordon. Smith for 3. It's not going to go for him. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Doncic right side. Pass to Wood. Back to Doncic. Takes the 3. Dinwiddie left side. No good with the triple.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Porter dishes to Smith. Six to shoot. Inside. Here's Şengün. Mavericks with the rebound.
Those are chances. Almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And finished off by Wood.
Just terrific poise by Wood. Good work in that important stretch of this game. They needed that bucket.
Timeout called the Rockets. They're trailing by 5. 32 seconds left in the 4th. Guys, your thoughts?
And they need to use as little time as possible here. If they can get a bucket before the clock hits 24 seconds, they can try for a stop on the next possession. If there's less than 24, then they'll have to foul.
And the Rockets making a change here. Green's checked in. And Dallas with a change here, too. Powell's checked in. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, guys, here's the message Stephen Silas gave to his team. He told them to stick with it. He said, this game is right here, guys. This is our game to take. Precision, purpose, and poise. Kevin, we'll see if they can get it done.
Thanks so much, David. Here's Green. Dinwiddie with the steal. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
First personal foul. First team foul.
And they go to the intentional foul.
Kevin Porter Jr. First personal foul. Second team foul. At the line for the Mavericks, Luka Doncic taking 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so he drops them both. It's a 7-point game.
Taking full advantage of his opportunities at the line to extend their lead.
Now a timeout called by Houston. They trail by 7. We've got 28 seconds left in the 4th quarter. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And here's Green outside. It's rebounded by Doncic. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. A narrow win under difficult circumstances, Greg, as the visiting team.
It really was, but that didn't seem to bother them. I mean, road team, home team, all I know is they were the better team.
Well said. And now let's go over to David Aldridge from the sideline for an interview with our player of the game. Hey, David.
Thanks, Kevin. Luka, you played well and you got the win. So what made the difference?
Yeah, I think we had a great game. You know, I think it was a great game today. You know, we step up together, play good defense, and it was a great win.
Thanks for your time, man. Appreciate it. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.